The next project is Rational and Tivoli Adoption. This is actually our first project sponsored in Canada. So again, we're trying to reach out Biztech to different geographies, and they've had some great results in terms of actually getting some of their results into products. So Rational and Tivoli.
Thanks, Debbie. Good morning. My name is Kedar. I belong to Software Labs in Bangalore. Myself and my colleague Bona in next few minutes will take you through our achievements under Rational Tivoli Adoption Project. A word of thanks to our sponsors Joe Jagger and Mircea Mohitsu. This slide also lists our technical mentor, technical leads and project manager who helped us along this journey. Now the speciality of this slide, and I'm sure you would have heard the same thing from all the other Biztech teams, that it's a geographically dispersed team. Not only people belong to different locations, they belong to different divisions of software group. But in our case, we were able to leverage this much better because of the nature of our project. And we'll see how that holds true in the subsequent slides. What is the nature of problem we are trying to address? Very simple, we are trying to save IBM blue dollars. What we have seen is, and especially in test context, internal IBMers are not using rational test tools or Tivoli provisioning manager as a tool for testing. This is because of a variety of reasons. People don't know about these tools. There are some features which they want which are lacking in these tools, or there are conflicting business decisions. Net result is people spend IBM dollars and go and buy competition products. We believe that these three tools together can form an autonomic kind of test backbone for any testing environment. A brief about what these tools do. Rational performance tester basically can be used to performance test and load test any kind of web-based applications, sites like IBM.com, sites like eBay. Rational functional tester is a GUI test tool which can be used for regression testing for applications were written as thick clients, like in a language like Java. And Tivoli provisioning manager is a enterprise-wide systems provisioning tool which can be used to provision operating systems and test assets. You could go ahead and install Windows operating system on a remote machine, or you could go ahead and install rational functional tester itself on a remote machine. So as I said, these three together can form a very good test backbone. To address the issue, the way we approached this whole problem was we formed product advocate teams at different locations. And as I mentioned in my slide where the teams, my team members were listed, we are geographically dispersed team. So at each location, we formed teams which were product advocates. We ourselves became product advocates and went to the users and asked them what kind of test tools they are using and what are the problems they are facing, why they are not using rational tools, why they are not using Tivoli provisioning manager, or why they are using if they are using. We did this using a very standardized survey, which we're proud to say that it's being reused by other teams. And this survey had a lot of questions in it, which were communicated to users through in-person interviews, through phone interviews, through email interviews. What we did was, once we got back the feedback from these users, we took the feedback back to the product teams and told them that if these issues are addressed, the adoption of these tools inside IBM will definitely be better. Not only that, what we did was we took a few issues which we thought were very important, and we gave solutions to these problems ourselves. We gave code fixes, we gave feature deliveries to the product teams, and so that the whole process can be accelerated. So the survey itself, as I was saying, was based around product teams, around these product features, addressed issues like globalization, reporting, things which users wanted to use and found if they were lacking, or if they wanted some kind of enhancements in that. Now, when we got the survey results back, what we did was we categorized these in four main areas of priority 1 to priority 4, and concentrated on priority 1 issues. These were the showstoppers. These were the major barriers which were preventing people from using these tools. So we went back to product teams and told them about these, and we picked these issues to give fixes for. But when we put all these issues together, very interesting picture emerged, that rational functional tester, performance tester, if you see, the priority 1 issues are around 8 to 13%, which is a very small number. So what it meant was, if we fixed these problems, the internal adoption can go very high. Similarly, for Tivoli Provisioning Manager, the priority 1 barriers were only 14%. Again, another example of issues, the number of issues being which people wanted to be fixed were small, but were not being addressed properly, and that was preventing these tools from being used. So what I'll do now is I'll hand it over to my colleague Bona, who will take us through what fixes we gave to the product teams and how these are getting integrated in the main products.
Thank you. So to take a closer look at some of the priority 1 issues that we found and some of the solutions that we were able to implement to address them. In the case of RPT, Rational Performance Tester, survey results showed that there was a need for enhanced analytics. That means the test community needed more information to be able to understand their test results and support their decision making. And so Arif and Sheldon of our team have developed a collection of new reports that does just that. Gives them the information they were asking for to be able to make the decisions they need to. RPT also lacks a web services recorder. So Chris and I have developed a generic Java API recorder which allows a tester to record the behavior of their Java application and automatically generate a test from that recording. RFT, Rational Functional Tester, not only is it difficult to install, but it must be installed on all the test assets where the tests are going to be executed. And so Rosella and Ian have developed a workflow for Provisioning Manager that will automatically install RFT on all the test assets. They've also done similarly for RPT. As you can see, there are a few other issues that as a Biztech team we weren't well suited to address. And in those cases, we've documented and contributed those back to the product teams so they can include it in their plans appropriately. In the case of TPM, it is a very powerful and flexible product, but it has a steep learning curve, particularly in developing your own workflows. And so Kedar and team have developed a workflow wizard that guides users through developing their own workflows, similar to those that we developed for RPT and RFT. All these individual components come together to help our customers realize the automated test environment. So let's walk through this example. A tester would begin with the Java API recorder, recording their application and automatically generating a test suite from it. We then use the rational test tools and the new workflows we've developed to automatically provision not only the operating systems and the middleware like we've done in the past, but also all the test assets. The tests are then executed, the data is collected, and is presented in a more consumable way using our new analytics reports. This is an end-to-end automated solution for something that previously was a very manual process. We brought value to IBM by enhancing the rational product line. The Java API recorder, again, allows you to record any application, even without source code, and generate test cases from it. It'll be included in TPTP 4.3 as a tech preview. For those of you that aren't familiar, TPTP is the open source platform which the rational test tools are based on. The enhanced analytics will be included in TPTP 4.4, and this is an important area for differentiating us from our competition. We've enhanced the Tivoli product line, not only through the workflows that we've contributed, but also the workflow wizard to help users develop their own. The TPM product team will be picking up this code, planned by year end, and hopefully sharing this with customers shortly thereafter. We brought value to IBM in terms of people, process, and product as well. As Kedar mentioned, our team members have become product advocates throughout the world in several divisions to raise awareness about Rational and Tivoli products. In terms of process, we're contributing this survey to better understand internal adoption. And as Kedar mentioned, other teams have picked up this survey and following suit. And in terms of product, we're accelerating feature delivery, and we're giving examples of how Rational and Tivoli products can be integrated to serve our customers better. We invite you to come to our booth, see demonstrations of all these components, and talk to us about how to harness the Biztech project to accelerate internal and ultimately external adoption. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to take them.